This is McCook's Mr. Billson. Honored to have you here. You're looking at one of the dozen bridges that cross the Republican River from the Colorado line as it stretches through Nebraska and then drops back down into Kansas. Yep. Every one of those bridges most people see as an asset, so that they don't have to get their feet wet or their tires wet crossing the Republican River. With that in mind, each one of them is a plus $1 million bridge. $1 million for every one of those crossings. Worth it? Absolutely. But it's still an asset that isn't being used very well. I said it's not being used. What would be a better way to utilize it? Well, if they would put about an 18-inch barrier underneath that, allow water to catch and then spill over it, making a spillway, if you will, at the same time backing up just a little bit of water for the kids in the immediate area to have some place to play, rather than to have to drive long distances to the lakes, and the lakes are not user-friendly, absolutely. And with that in mind, though, they could have an entertainment center for very little money right at their own bridge. Just as our grandparents and our parents learned to swim in the Republican when it was deep enough back in the old days, right at their own bridge, they could have a little lake to play in and to fish in. Bullheads, more than you could count. Your line hits the water, you have a bullhead. That's just how easy it would be. And for very little money, and the asset is already there, and they would just simply pour on over and go on down the road, the river would, and the water. At the same time, it would build up at every bridge. They could have that. For the public, for the young people, for the area, it would be a great asset. Something for you to think about. Thank you for your time. You're looking at the Republican River. Nice little sandbar as this swirls around. High speed, swirling water, absolutely. You can't ask for better. So this spring, when the water goes down, and it will, when that drops down, that sandbar will be exposed extra, and that will be one of the prime spots I'm going to be looking to pan a little gold.